And we're back again. Oh boy.
We're back again.
Yeah. Back again like the Renegade Master. Well,
Mine says off air.
no, it's
Oh,
live.
there we are. You pushed the
There's a
button on me this
delay.
time, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I pushed the button on you. It's about time I got some fucking revenge, you bastard.
Phil, can you repost the YouTube link? Because
Yep.
Panther might jump on.
The Hangout link or the YouTube link?
Both.
Okay. Here's the YouTube. And I will copy and paste. Hangout link in there. Right. So, now we're back. Again.
So,
Well,
what were you asking me how I did on the event?
how have you done in the event so far? Have you picked anything? What do you plan on picking?
I have no idea what I want. I only got 200,000 points and stopped. I said, I'm just not doing this. I didn't want to put the seed time in, and it's just being a pain. I got enough other things to build right now, so I guess I can wait till the next time it comes around.
It may not come around again.
Yeah, well, again, I was a little frustrated, and I know they do this. I know it's kickside, but that bait switch really, I wouldn't say pissed me off, but just irritated me. He's like, really?
Well, you wouldn't be the only one in your thoughts. It pissed me off. It pissed a lot of people off who got changed mid-event. And it's just simply not good. It's not good for anybody. I mean, if you're gonna screw players over like that, there's no need. There is no need.
Again, when you first started and we were both watching it, we did know it's like, yeah, they're going to have changes because it's way, way, way too easy at the beginning.
Yeah, but they still need to work out some way of just coming out and admitting that they stuffed up and compensating some people for it. Like, even if they turn around and, like, they've done things like where they've just turned around and gone, okay, everyone can have 1,000 free coins. Whatever. You know what I mean? It's just such a little thing will make people happy.
Yeah, the little things will make people happy. I doubt it's going to be 1,000 free coins, but maybe 500 or something like that.
They've done it before.
They've done it before, but they haven't done it for a very, very long time.
No.
And something majorly bad happened.
If you remember way back, we're talking to them about running events like this, and do not. What was the one thing we told them? Do not do under any circumstances. Start out too easy, because then the coiners get all the stuff at first, and then when you make it harder at the end or change it up at the end, it makes it harder for the ones that are struggling but want to still play, and they may spend more later on. If you made it harder and then started easing it off. But if you start easy and make it harder, then the ones that we're going to coin later on, the hell with, like me. Just throw their hands up there, forget it. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, when I started this event, I had two particular goals. I wanted the Hellfire, and I wanted the Blister Rounds, and I was going to coin that shit. I had the money ready to go and charge it to Steam and buy the coin and coin the battleship. That's no longer going to happen. Otherwise, I'd have done it already.
Especially after you saw my video.
Oh no, it wasn't the Blister Rounds that did it. That brimstone torpedo is a pile of shit.
Well, at this stage, anyway.
At this stage, anyway, it could get fixed, it could get buffed, it could get nerfed. it could get completely altered, but I'm not interested in a weapon that doesn't do the damage that it's supposed to. I do like the blister rounds, and I like the battleship. Those two are going to be vital in me doing what I do.
Like, I'm not going to get the blister rounds on my alternative account, only because I'm not going to get the ship on it, so there's no point. I haven't got any Demon Core ships, so there's no point getting the Demon Core prizes.
I did pick up the blister rounds and make a slight faux pas. I tried to put it on my Dread and wondered why it wasn't there.
Oops.
Yeah, I pulled an Earph. I was a little. I was a little stoned.
Yes, Lesion, and not the phased, but the magnets. So yeah.
Mag Tritons. What do you like?
And I am streaming my technique on how I do on my alternative account on how I do 53s. Anybody's in the chat.
It's a good technique. It works very, very well. And you're also including Paul Priest's favourite little thing of not breaking the game by taking 1% damage.
Unless I stuff up.
Mm.
Oops. Turned a bit too early there. Oh, whoops. Still only 1%.
Oh no.
I'm okay. Still only 1%.
Oh no.
Oh shit, there goes another partial bit.
Bloom.
Well, we do have Zyfe in the chat, and he has said the only thing worthwhile in the event is the armor. Now, if you have a lot of Iron Core tech, then yeah, it is. But if you don't, then it's kind of worthless. And I don't, so it's completely pointless to me.
Hey Zyfe, if you got a headset, come on in.
What's that new energy weapon? I cannot think of the name of it again.
Archer.
The Archer.
Archer beam.
Or the Failure.
I think it's just ways too much to be worthwhile. Even on destroyers,
It does way too much. I would rather use Echo, Thermal, or Impulse. Or Aurora, even. I have seen some Auroras.
Now people can see how shitty my alt base is by me getting 3 points.
Well, my main energy weapon, my meta, has been the Aurora, and I really don't see the benefit of upgrading my Aurora ships to the Archer beam. To me, it don't seem worth taking the time to change it all because I'm not really going to get that much more of a bang or distance for the buck.
No, you might as well keep the impulse.
True.
You might as well keep the impulse.
You might as well keep the Impulse or just use it as Echo. Because the Archer is limited to destroyers.
I did notice one thing on these attacks. Oh, no, wrong fleet. Sorry, this is going to hurt. I thought that was the
those ones hurt. The cruisers.
Yeah. Because I did notice on the battleship ones, the brimstone works very interesting on your mines. If it happens to go into a mine, it doesn't perforate. It doesn't scatter.
No, it doesn't. And I think that's a bug.
But if it misses the mine, well, this is really going to hurt.
Oh, that one always does. Doesn't matter how good your base is. That particular fleet is. It was deadly in the last event. It's not as bad this time around, but it still packs a punch.
I just love the 4 thrusters that these ships have. They've got rear, they've got strafe, they've got rotation, and they've also got reversed. Watch this one go in reverse shortly.
Yeah, they do a start through one spot to the side. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I remember last event I told you I saw. Remember last event I told you I saw one of them actually get pushed into a mine and die. This time I saw 2 drive straight over a mine. Nothing. Didn't even go off. Didn't even nothing.
Well, they must have hit the flat square edge of it then.
Well, they were overlapped right here like this, so there was no corner that they could cut. You know, they weren't right like this with that little tiny spot that we deciphered on the hitbox last week.
Yeah.
That we should explain to everybody.
No.
It didn't even have that. It went. They were overlapped, and it went right straight through them. As a matter of fact, both of the white lines where they would explode were touching each other. The lines that overlap. So
now, if you tried to do that with some of your shit, you'd be dead instantly.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, our ships can't go in reverse like theirs can.
Well, if you tried to go in reverse, you practically stop.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can only back up on an angle to get any speed. You can't back straight up and just like. As a matter of fact, I even rely on that when I'm doing attacks and that. If I want to come out of a base and have something come back to escort it or protect it or kill the guy that's next to me trying to get to me, I will back it up because I know it'll take forever to get back there, which gives me enough time to fly something in there so they're not just flying right out. Chew up time that way. And I have to not worry about it going out of control in auto because you're spending too much time. But yeah, I think we got to get those engines that back up that fast.
Like,
why can't we have them?
Someone was just talking about the new armor with the resistance and stuff like how it weighs more. Well, it has less health, but it actually weighs less, I think. From what Zyph was saying in the chat. But the biggest thing about that one is it has the resistance, 20% resistance. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Especially when it's resistant to 2 of the 3 explosives that we have.
And with that particular setup, I think unless you're running the machete, you will only really come up against projectile and explosive-based weapons. So it's a perfect armor to have.
Yeah, well, if you're going to use it for fleet versus fleet armor, then everyone's either running Sicko, Vector, or energy-based weapons. How many people do you see flying around with projectile-based weapons right now?
Very, 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 very few.
Yes, because they miss too much.
They miss too much, they're not fast enough, but here's the caveat. If you get that skirmish armor at level 3 and you load it out, you might be able to bring it up to, I think, anywhere between 55 and 60%, I believe the cutoff value is. And then take that shit to even Mark II, put an energy resistor on there, like the energy or explosive or projectile.
Take it to this point. You're talking about putting a resistance tech on there. What if you put the projectile resistant tech on there? So then you're actually resistant to all 3.
Exactly. I mean, even only one piece of skirmish armor is better than none.
So if you went all out, went 3 lots of skirmish armor, put a projectile resistance thing on there. Can't think what it's called right now because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. And technically, your resistance to about 20% of all 3. Let me see. Credits. Here we go.
20% of all 3.
Say projectile resistor. It doesn't tell me how much in that one for some reason. Let me have a look in my crafting section. Here we go. Projectile resistance. So therefore, damage reduction of 30%. So there you go. You got 30% of there, and you got 20% on your armor, or it's up to 60% of the armor. There you go. You've just built yourself a universal protection fleet.
Yeah. Whether it be heretics, whether it be vigilantes, pythons, they'd be great on pythons.
Somebody just said. I've just seen this. I don't know how well you can see it. But somebody sent me a picture. They got The new ship's just sitting right in the mine, beyond both lines. The snow's there, and it's still not going off.
Huh.
See that?
No, it can't really see. Bit too close.
I know, I'm using mobile. This sucks.
Mobile does suck. The only real projectile weapon that's any good right now is the Storm Driver. But a lot of people haven't got that fleet finished yet. So you're still looking at another month before a lot of people have that fleet set up.
Yeah.
But when it is, it's going to be brutal.
Like it's like I got the machete when it came out first time round. How many did I build? None.
I got the machete when it first came out. How many have I built? None.
Because
I got the machete when it first came out. How many have I built? One. I'm still waiting for the Mach 3 patterns to put shields on it.
Exactly. And that's the point of it. Like I don't know what, I've got no idea what the new destroyer is going to look like from the Demon Core, because it's going to have less armor but more weapon slot, but if it's going to, then it's following on with the Iron Star theme, like as a change to that. But the Iron Star one doesn't have a shield, so what's it going to have? Is it going to have a shield or no shield?
I do believe this one will have no armor.
So it's going to be like a Condor.
Right. And then when you get the Mach down the road, it'll probably be able to get it then. But again,
well, no,
machete,
destroyers don't get extra armor slots.
The machete was the last one to be able to mock up that was released out of all of them. That's not new. Because we got it a long time ago, and it was, 3 weeks ago they finally unlocked the mock patterns for the machete?
No, they've been open. They've been out for ages.
No, it hasn't. They've been out for a while. It's been a long time. I had that machete waiting for the mock parts. I'm getting mock for everything else, but not the machete, because they didn't have the mock parts. You couldn't go get them out of any fleet for the machete at all. For the longest time.
I think you'll find
that's why I only built one of them, because I got it the first, because that's when the crafting first came out, was when the machete was available, and they said yes, but the machete with the mock parts down the road, you'll be able to put the shields on and that. So I got it. I built one. I waited and I waited and I waited. Then they finally did release it. Now I've been farming and looking for the parts and not getting them.
No, the machete is available in the Iron Star crafting fleets and always has been.
But I've been concentrating on hitting the Vega and the VSEC level fleets for it, except for the riots when I just go for the cheap points. But I have had basically, here we go. I have had maybe 6 patterns drop in the whole time. And for some of them, I got patterns for ships that I don't have on those accounts. So therefore,
I've had the same thing.
They were useless to me. Like I got a pattern on my old for the Freya. I never got the Freya on my old, so therefore it was a useless pattern. So I did convert that into some tier 4 cores, which came in handy. Yeah. That's the only good thing about it. But the drop rate like I'm only hitting the 60s, but the drop rate is atrocious.
It's so minuscule.
Yeah. Even the drop rate on ISC armaments is dreadful. Like every crafting fleet, like I don't give a rat's ass if they dropped the amount of armaments that get dropped. But every fleet should have at least armaments in it.
Isn't that what Paul said way back when? Hey, at least should have a
Paul
something.
said that, and nothing ever fucking happened.
No, he said he's when we talked about the fleets outranging, the carriers outranging. Oh, they do? Oh, didn't know that.
Paul had no fucking idea.
Yes. Hopefully he...
But I do gotta say, even after the bait and switch, everybody out there is still trooping up and still battling and trying to get what they can, and making the best out of it. And now most of them realize, okay, it's the fleet that we had last
because
event.
they have to. There's nothing more.
Yes.
There's nothing more I can say up to that effect. They're farming it because they have to.
Yeah, like
they want the tech, or they want the weapons, or they want the shit.
But it was like what was the event? The Corinthian one, where it was bullshit, stupid, crazy. And people still went out and hit it because they needed to. Needed to get the ship. They wanted to get the Corinthian.
I think that was during my downtime. I think I logged in to look at the event and said, "Fuck it, I'm not doing it."
That's pretty much what I said. It's like, yeah, I got enough other things I can build, and what's out there is not really going to boon me. I mean, much more than what I got.
If it was a completely different fleet, I would be far more pissed off. I took my scratches, I took my lumps, I went back home, repaired my shit, put my decoy back in, sorted it all out, and then went back out, got my points, got the ship, got my rounds. I'll probably get some more points and think about picking up the resistor armor for future reference if I ever get around to doing any more Iron Core stuff.
Oh, look, even with the fact that I did got the Brimstone, I think they will treat it like they did the Vector. When the Vector first came out, it was crap. Everyone, it was too easily to dodge and all that sort of stuff, and it took them a little while, but eventually they fixed it.
They did, and they fixed it to a point where that is now a very, very reliable weapon.
Yes. So therefore, like all the three main energy weapons at the moment, Impulse, Aurora, and Echo, they all have a very good place in event fleets for dreads and zeals and all that sort of stuff. Like I know myself for this event on my main account, I've got a Echo Dread, Echo Zeal Mark V. I've got a Vector Dread Mark V. I've got a Impulse Dread Mark V, and I have an Aurora Dread Mark V to go with my rag. Now I find that combination works pretty damn well for the way I do them. I was doing 53s because it's just nice, comfortable level without getting too much stupid repairs.
Low damage,
very
quick
low
repair,
damage, instant repair. No need to worry about decoy flying.
That's all it's about. If you can put the seat time in, you can do this event for practically nothing.
Oh well, yeah. Well, but the only thing that pisses me off was when I refitted that ship. It was basically 500 coins. I feel that I wasted that 500 coins. No two ways about it.
Perfectly understandable.
And I could have just waited, but I thought, no, I want to see how this thing goes. Basically, I want to see how it goes because I want to see if it's really worthwhile getting or fighting myself to get the ults and that. I wasn't going to worry about the ults for this event to see if it would be worthwhile.
Yeah.
And it's not worthwhile at the moment, but it will be worthwhile. Because, like I said, I think they will change it slightly. Maybe with the Demon Core ship with the other boost, it might be more effective. Who knows? It just depends.
They may be unaware that the Brimstone is not reaching its full distance.
They know. They know. I told them.
Did they give you the usual bullshit?
No, I could
Working almost
actually,
as intended.
I could actually bring up the customer support ticket that I put in.
Working as intended. Yay.
Almost.
No, not really. No, not really.
Well, we are aware of this.
Okay. Chris, who's actually one of the more reasonable seams that are on there, thanks for passing along the video. Pass it along in a bug report to the game team, and they'll take a look at it. It does appear to be detonating early. We'll get it checked out with a exclamation point. Thank you, customer support. Yada yada yada. So, yeah, it's not, especially when I put in the photo showing the photo of underlined at maximum distance. Yeah.
I mean, if you detail with the
I did ask, would like someone from either CM or customer support or game team to officially respond to my thread that I created on the forums, and what they did in the last 2 hours was actually merge there was 3 different threads on Brimstone. I think I was the first one, I'm not sure, but there was 3 different threads and just merged them all together.
That's
which
probably going to be a thing.
I'm not unhappy about them merging them together, because hopefully people will see what things are happening. But yes.
Well, no, everybody knows. I think we've exhausted most of the topics anyway. For the most part.
But again, to put a dot on this is like what we keep saying. Do not start it out easy and then change it up. Start it out hard. If it's too hard, then tone it down as you go. All right, and that would be much more acceptable to the whole community. You know, it gets easier and easier. If it's too hard, well, then you got to work for it. You know, and figure it out.
If you start out with the
ones that are going to get it right off the bat,
alienating players. By the time, if you've got a player that's ready specifically to go and smack around Crossfire fleets, the last event fleets, for instance, and they come to this event right at the start, bang on 11 o'clock, event starts, you're ready to go, you go out, you hit something, fleets are great. Smash, 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 smash. Boff. Bang. New fleet, go and hit one, you get killed.
That's like
how would you go about justifying? That's not the backwards way of doing it. I would rather have an event start out easier and getting more difficult. And by more difficult, I don't mean throwing in fucking event fleets that don't belong there, because you're too lazy to actually go and chug the numbers for yourself.
Think about that logically, though. Who's the ones that go out there and get everything in the first few hours?
Coiners.
Right, and no matter if it's hard or easy, they're going to do it in the first few hours, no matter what it is, right?
Any smart player who can have a decent flight skill can have it done in the first few hours.
And who are the ones at the end that are fighting at the end to get the last few points for something that they need?
I have barely
Joes.
I have barely spent any coin this event, other than some mild repairs. So what you're saying to me there is I should be treated exactly the same as a high-level coiner, even though I'm flying the same fleets and taking no damage, or very little damage, and they're doing the same fleets and taking lots of damage and having to coin their fleets. What's the difference between them and me? Why should my event be harder to appease coining players?
That's what I'm saying. Make it hard. The coiners are going to do it no matter what.
No. Why should I suffer that ridiculously hard start of the event to force out the coiners? Why should I go through that?
For experience.
Why should Phil go through that?
They did say in the interviews with Paul and Lexi that they didn't want to start the events hard, then make them easier, which is the way common sense would apply, that you would start them hard and make them easier, but they would rather do it the other way around, make them easy and then turn them up or adjust them.
And who's the one that gets frustrated, throw up their hands?
The problem with that is like we've said, the coiners will get on, or the people who are very, very, very efficient and effective at doing stuff will jump on at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is when the event starts Australian time, go bang, 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 2 hours, 3 hours, done, and blow whatever money they need to blow on it, get it done, and then they suddenly go, oh, look at all these people. Too many people have got the ship too early. Things must be too easy. So they turn them up.
And that's when they buff them.
And then everybody puts their hands up and says, I'm not even going to do it.
Yep, and then people go, stuff it. Close the event.
But then you take events like the Corinthian event that was ridiculously stupid, that hardly anybody actually played.
And they didn't change their fleets. They didn't change the fleets at all.
No, they didn't change the fleets, but they tried to reduce the difficulty, but they couldn't do it enough because they'd made it too difficult.
Yeah, but they didn't change the DPS or the way things were working on it. Whereas with the Javelin, I came out, I went, no point in doing this.
They did that 3 times. They adjusted that event.
Well, they're missing out on a couple opportunities here. If the ones that were going to put their hands up because it's too hard, find out that they have a second win and have a second chance at least to get the few points to get a shield even. You know, the lower players.
I wouldn't bother.
They are more apt to spend coin at the end to get the points where they wouldn't be getting the coins because they gave up. Also, again, starting out hard, it gives them the experience in the flying, and I don't want it to be easy for anybody. I like things to be hard to begin with. I like fighting the hard and then coming out victorious and say, yay, I beat it, and this is how I did it. While everybody else is sitting there pulling their hair. And then it gets easier. But the coiners at the beginning that are going to spend their money are not going to hang around to the end of an event knowing that it's going to get easier so they can spend less coins.
They'll spend their coins early because they know it's going to get harder.
And the ones that said hell with it and put their hands up down the road, just like you, criminal, didn't get the rag and almost gave up the game because, I didn't get it, now I'm falling behind everybody else. This is stuffed up. Heck with it. I'm not playing it no more. And then they're going to be losing players at the end also. So they're missing out on money in the end of the events. And down the road, they're losing players because they can't keep up now. Because they made it easy. The coiners got it at first. Then it got real hard, and they didn't have a chance. And now they're behind in tech, and they just throw up their hands in the event, then they throw up their hands in the game, and they've lost money at the end of the game in the events. They're also losing money from the future of the players that just walked away.
Well,
if an event is too difficult to start, and it's uninteresting to me, I guarantee you I will not play the entire event, no matter how much coin's on my account, whether it be 20,000 or none. If I've got coin to burn
I've had a lot of
and the event's not good enough, then I won't do it.
Well, I'll give you the classic example.
I've lived through enough of these events.
I played the Corinthian event. I pushed myself through it. I probably coined a bit to go through it. How many Corinthians have I made on my main account? 0.
I'm gonna go with none.
None. I've not made a single one. But I wanted the prize. I was determined to get the prize. But that's the thing.
Corinthian is out in a riot too.
It will be coming out in a riot.
Right. And so the ones like us that want to have the everythings just to have them, that's fine. But the ones that need certain weapons and that just to keep up can't get them. So the haves have, and the have-nots stay at having not and walk away.
Which is a bad thing.
Again, reading my lines, you know how many people I've seen come and go. That's lots. I'm not talking about hundreds of people. I'm talking about thousands of people have come and gone in this game.
Because they enter the game, they get to a point, then they can't progress through the middle ground of getting from the 30 bracket, to 35 to 40 to 45. If they can't progress from that 35 bracket and get all the blueprints that go with it and all the other shit too, and blah blah blah, then there's no point in them playing unless they can progress.
I could scroll through this account after I finished playing this one, after I finished doing this 53 that I'm hitting, at the blueprint tech that I haven't got, and guess what? I don't give a rat's ass because most of that blueprint tech has been superseded by everything else that I could possibly want to get in the game.
I don't think I use any blueprint tech anymore.
Let's have a quick look. Here we go. This will be scary. Okay, I don't have convoy, diffuser, thermal 1. Having been too bored to hit 33s to get my Taipans. Don't have the chicane because I'll never use it because I don't believe in. Why would you want to stick a ship out the front for? But 37s, I've got everything. I've got everything in the 45s, yeah, because that's all good stuff. I don't remember the last time I hit a 50 to 55, even though I want cap 3. But the rest has all been superseded. VSEP. This is scary. I'm basically missing absolute tons of it. Eagle. I don't fly frigates. No one flies frigates anymore. Useless. Don't want it.
I got the Eagle. It was the first blueprint I finished. Do you know what I did with it? I built one, and I use it for smashing lower level bases.
Back when it had really good strafe.
Back when it did have really good strafe. I mean, if you stick strafe 5 on it, it still strafes like a motherfucker, but it's not as good as it should be.
No, but and that's the thing. See, like, it's just useless. Just totally useless. But yeah, no real point in going over that because it's just. But that's the thing. It just shows that you don't necessarily need a lot of the blueprint tech.
But I think we've gone over a lot of the stuff now, and we're just rehashing old topics. So I'm going to kill the stream now. Thanks everybody for coming along. Thanks for putting up with the technical difficulties, and I'll see you all soon, because I'm going to bed.
Alright. Well, we're going to have more of these more often. We'll get the public finally to come back in someday, I guess, because this is actually for them. It's supposed to be basically them talking about how this event's going and that, but we're going to have more of them more often, so.
When we do, we'll post them, we'll post the links.
And I'll have a
dropped
laptop
the
that
usual
works.
spiel, but this isn't the BV channel. I'm hosting it on mine at the moment because Earph can't get in because his laptop's a piece of shit. I hope you get it fixed before next week.
He knows, dudes. Still team share on it. But...
Otherwise, we're completely boned.
Yeah, I'll have it working.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody, and we'll see you later.